Hello, 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 and welcome back to KleidiKey. And here we are again, once again, every single time. Been playing this maybe a bit too much recently, but it's been very enjoyable, so don't mind too much. VPpXw. Still making our way through the challenge levels. Halfway through World 3, but we're getting there, I'll go back to World 6, the secret world, once we're done with challenge levels, but it will take a while, so do be patient. Let's get started then, shall we, with the first level today. 309. Wibbly wobbly. Challenge, only 2 springs. Okay. Don't forget to turn this on. Almost forgot again. Keep forgetting. Okay. So we have grid on. Steel, huh? Let me think here. I think this should be fine, right? If I use a spring here and a spring here, and then support the center using this. Maybe here, here, here. Copy that, paste it there. Copy this, paste it here. Hold on, I'm blowing my nose. A bit of a blocked nose today for some reason. Sorry about that. Try to do it away from the mic so it doesn't disturb everyone. Okay, this should be fine, I think. I'm quite happy with this. So let's try this bridge, shall we? Looks good. The heavier one. Ooh. A little bit wobbly, but oh, checkpoints, right. I don't know why I missed those. That's bad. That means that we're gonna have a problem. This needs to go down, but this guy is there. How did I do this previously? Don't remember. Actually, don't remember. How did I do this before? You know what? Since nobody has submitted anything yet, let me quickly go here. I'm curious, how did I do this? Oh, I was using a lot of springs. Like, a lot of springs. Like a serious ton of springs. It's a terrible bridge, for sure. Can definitely improve it, so let's do that. 2 springs, huh? In that case, it must need to be able to go downwards here, so maybe the right thing would be to do this. But it needs to hold position, so maybe like this. So it can bend. Okay, maybe not. So bend a bit forward. A bit tricky, I think. Can't think of a good way to do this right now. Let me see. Maybe if I moved these guys down. Hold on. Let me remove the roads first. Get rid of those. I still want I still want the steel to be on the grid here. I think that's a good idea. And then we have a trace here. Lower it to about here maybe? Did I finish the normal levels? Yes, I finished all the normal levels except for the secret world. I have not done that. But apart from the secret world, we did get a all the unbreaking and other budget challenges done. So those are fine. Nope, not steel. Yeah, that's not far enough. So a curved road isn't really going to work. We need a bent road, I think. No, not a bent road, a straight road. We need a straight road. What if I lowered this then? What if I lowered this? Get rid of the trees. Grid on. Lowered it to about here, maybe? Then we have the spring here and here. Standard steel up here. Copy this. Let's try this. Oh, whoops, I didn't support this correctly. It bends. It's not a good sign. Hey, Mason. Yep. Don't worry. Modding, huh? I haven't really messed with the modding stuff yet. I probably should try it out sometime, but maybe when I'm done with the challenges. Maybe. We'll see, we'll see. For now, I'm still gonna try to do this. Might need to stabilize it a bit better. Maybe with something like this. Maybe. I think that's pretty okay. Yeah, a bit more to the left. I'm not sure if this will work, but something along these lines, hopefully. Okay. This should be good. Wobbles a little bit, but does get there in the end. We use a bit of a curve here. Alright, now this part. Ah, it doesn't go low enough. But the idea isn't bad. I think it's a pretty decent approach. But it doesn't bend far enough. So we need it to bend downwards a bit more, which is tricky. Let me take a look again. So that's good. We're actually surprisingly close. So what if I lower it? Can I move this at all? It's very hard to move the roads in the middle because of the length. I can move it a little bit here. I'm really close. You can see that it's almost there, but not quite. So if I manage to lower this a bit more, there's potential, you know? There is potential. If I move this a bit here. Such a small tiny bit, but maybe. Ah, it doesn't get the first one anymore. That's bad. You can't do a suggestion? Oh, wait. Hold on. I'll try to see if I can do something about that a little bit. Let me just try this first. Maybe this doesn't need to be springs. Can you steal somewhere else? Hold on, let me see. Exit positions. Yeah, everything's okay. Everything seems to be in order. Okay, what if I restart the level then? Does that work? Can you sync up with me and try to do a suggestion? So this wobbles very little. So the steel is actually causing it to wobble less. You want it to wobble. Spring here, with steel here and here. Yeah. Okay, that bends a lot, which is a bit too much. Might be the angle. Let's try this. Okay, that definitely bends a bit too much. Here, maybe. I need it to bend a bit less. And then now I want you to bend more. No, because of this part, maybe. What if I did this? Still flips over. Probably because of this shape here. This shape isn't doing great. This guy isn't gonna bend at all now because it's too stable. But this is gonna cause problems, right? No? It's wobbling fine. Wobbles a bit too much, but potentially a solution. What if I raise this up like this? And support this part here. So the center part shouldn't bend too much, but the left and right should bend a bit here and there. It is bending, but not enough. Maybe here. Get rid of that. Okay, now it's bending too much. Can you still not do a suggestion? It's kind of weird. I'm not really sure what I've changed. I don't think I've changed anything. So, a bit confused. Do I need to restart my Twitch integration, maybe? That might be it. I don't know. This needs to be a bit loosened. So do that. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I do have suggestions on. Accept suggestions right here. I can try to stop the session and then restart it. Can you try now? See if that works. It should work. I'm surprised it doesn't. This is too stable, isn't it? It doesn't wobble at all. Yeah. Get rid of these maybe? Okay, that's not stable enough now. What if I did from here? Is the page not loading? I can try it out in a little bit. Give me a moment. This doesn't wobble much at all. The name of the level is Wibbly Wobbly. Let me try it out. Give me a quick moment. I can see the extension loading in but you can't send. You can't send the submit button. I have another account that I use to check things. But yeah, I can see the extension loading, but can you just not submit? That's weird. Very strange. Very strange. This won't wobble, right? It's too stable. Yeah, too stable. If I get rid of this, it will wobble, but it might wobble a bit too much. We'll see. Wobbly? Breaks. We need a controlled wobbling. Maybe the wobble point should be here instead. Okay, that's just a bit too much. Maybe here? Grid. It's on grid. It is on grid, so in theory should be fine. But because of the weight, it wobbles. Yeah, false. The issue is that I can't make it too stable, because if it's too stable, then it can't go down. Right? We don't have enough springs for it to bend a lot. See, it goes here. Roots go across, but if I lower it by 1, and then fill this with roots, that's still okay. Can I lower this further? What's the limit on this curve? Okay. So if I lifted this up just a little bit, that should be fine. Right? No. I guess this is the limit. 2 down from here, and then align it up. Wait, was it 1 down? Might have been 1 down. Whoops. One and a half down, maybe? Trying to see how low I can go. Okay, that's still fine. Let's try this. Have this here. It falls over. If I held it on the right side like this, it won't fall over. But will it bend enough? Ah, surprisingly close, actually. If I lowered this, maybe. It's really hard to adjust this, though. Then move this back. Nope, doesn't get it. But it does. Trying to find a good angle for it to get the first one, at least. It's very close. Very, very close. What if I bend the start instead of the end? Maybe that's the better way to do things. Oh, come on. That is so close. That's ridiculous. Lower this, maybe. Dang. That is tough. Still getting it. Come on. Oh, please, just get it. Well, increase the height of the first one and lower the height of the next one. Tough. Man, this is a really hard curve, huh? Okay, that works. Ah, there we go. No, I see you. Finally. Ah, that's too low. Hey, Sushi! Welcome, welcome. Trying to get it to bend enough. Is it a nice design? I think it's kind of not good enough though. Can see it's not bending enough on this side. This is a bit too far. I wanted this to go here. Nice design. Oh wow. That's a motorcycle. Bit too low. It's a motorcycle. It was vroom vroom, you know? Not sure why I was speeding, but Eskimo, I typically only look at suggestions after I have one somewhat successful one, usually. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit, unfortunately. Actually, now that I think about it, this is a bad way to do things, isn't it? It is challenge, yes, it is challenge, but it's just, you know, I have this obsession over finding a solution that's mine. I don't really like to rely on other people's suggestions, if that makes sense. I think there's a better way to do this. Let me redo this. Give me a quick moment. Here? Yes, it is challenge mode. Okay, and then I guess this doesn't have to be one down. Let me move this back up. Here to here, fill that. And then we have a guy down here. Not quite. Okay. I want this to be exactly aligned here so that I can do this. You don't see why I was doing it like how I was doing it just now? I don't know. I don't have a good reason for doing things my way. It's just a way that looked like it might work, you know? This should be stable, so let's do this. Go here. Reinforce points. Kind of expensive, but whatever. Price isn't the concern. This should bend down, right? From this guy. It's too stable. Now that folds. Can hold it in place on one side for now. Doesn't bend at all, huh? This bridge. I guess it's too stable. Maybe. I want this part to bend so it goes downwards, but it's too stable, which is... How do I get it to bend while still being somewhat stable? That's tough. Yeah, that just folds over. If I do that, the entire part crumbles. Yeah. Escanor, I said it again, I'll say it again. I like to find a solution on my own first. I apologize. I know you want me to look at your solution and give me a hint, but I really want to look for a solution on my own. Like, super want to do that. Doesn't bend at all. How do I get it to bend? That's... I guess you can't use steel here, right? That wouldn't bend at all either, right? Yeah, doesn't bend at all. I need a way... Yeah, steel and bending don't go well together. That's the problem. But there's no way you can get both of them to work with the same bridge. But you need it to work with the same bridge. Not no way, but you can't do it just using a straight road, I don't think. From here to here. I feel like it should be symmetrical though. Not being symmetrical feels weird, like it's really hard. Yes, I know you can put springs on the ends, but the issue with doing that is how does it go low enough? Like this was the... I actually tried this design really early, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't work because it just doesn't bend enough. Maybe if I made... Oh. So hard to make it go lower. I think I should just do it with trace instead of without trace. Does this reach here? No, it doesn't. So it has to be like this. About here. Let's try that. Have this go across from here to here. That's longer than 18 meters. Won't work. Just having a dangle road. But having a dangle road is scary. I'm really bad at those. It's not gonna reach. Yep. It's a problem. So we need this trace to give us an exactly 18 meter road. If you can reinforce it, it wouldn't be too big of a problem. Maybe. We'll try it, I guess. Dangle, huh? Can't reach the top part, so you'd have to dangle in a different way. No, that's a bit too... Yeah, it doesn't reach that, this is the problem. Alright, you can stretch the springs, you're right. I forgot about that. My brain is bad. We'll do 10%, see how that affects the bridge. %. It is creating a smoother curve. Let's go all in and go 50%. I think any more than that would probably cause a lot of problems. 60%? We might have to start using reinforced roads. Yes, I do know. Yeah, let's try using reinforced roads for this. That might be a better approach. Wait, what? Why can't I turn this into a reinforced road? The hell? That was weird. Okay. Why didn't it get the first one? The hell? Okay, so the spring is snapping. Does it need to be equal? That might be why. But this is really tense, which is bad. Yeah, it's bad. It is heavier, you're right. But if I don't reinforce it, it breaks. Unless I don't reinforce certain parts of it, maybe? Oh, that rips it apart. What if... let the center pivot a bit? Would that mean that I do something like... this? That rips it apart. On both the top and bottom, so it's not a fixed pivot. Both the top and bottom, so it's not a fixed pivot. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say, but it's not very clear. Hold on, let me think about this. If I do that, it's not gonna work, because it's gonna snap when that happens. If I supported it with steel on these, does it make a big difference? This snaps instead. So if you lower this to 50%, happy because Toto isn't here? Why are you happy that Toto isn't here? He comes up with some really good solutions. It's going too low. It's going too low. So it is snapping. But doing this will cause problems, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. Yes, I've seen he has come on this channel a couple of times. By fixed pivot, you mean that it can rotate, but it has to stay at the same angle relative to the direction the arm is rotating. Okay, you see, Mason, the issue that we're having here is that I don't know the technical aspects of this game at all. I just play it based off pure instinct. So if you tell me, hey, you should do this thing, I have no clue. Can't tell you how to do that, unfortunately. But I will try to do the best I can based on my understanding. You mean something like this? I don't see how that helps at all. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Maybe something like this would help the center to not move so much. You should have a pivot at the top as well. So from here, like that. Is that what you mean? Do you mean having something on top like this to let it pivot? I think that's what you mean, from my limited understanding. Maybe make it lower. Bit less. See how I have it in a V shape at the bottom? Yes. Yes, I do. It means that the top road cannot pivot around the steel. Yes. That surprisingly almost worked. Hold on. Oh, the spring is causing too many problems here. That's breaking everything though. What if we don't do that? That snaps this. Let me take a look again. It's a quite unorthodox solution, but it was pretty close. So the issue here is this guy snapping, huh? So what if we attached it to this point and this point? It's not very centralized though, which kind of pisses me off. Is that better? It's more of a box shape. Let's try this. Okay, that part is breaking. So what if you don't stretch? So something about this. It's probably because of this guy. Yeah, this is causing it to hold it in place, so it's breaking. That bends a bit too much. Center road and fuse pieces. Oh. So that's what you meant. I had no clue that's what you meant, sorry. Okay, I stretch this back up to 50%. 50%, 30%. Doesn't quite reach the other side. 60%. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say here. What if we use normal roads? Maybe that would help because of weight. And then stretch it less. I'll have a new pivot. I didn't even think about this design, so it was hard for me to understand what you're trying to say. Apologies for that. Yeah, way too low. No chance. 60% isn't enough though. Well, enough for this, but the road's gonna break. Yeah. Road's not sturdy enough. If I add reinforced roads, it's gonna drop it low and low and then break it. Yeah. Like that. What if I did this? To keep the shape of the road at the start and at the end. And then use normal roads for that. Would that help? No, you do need it to be reinforced in any case. No, it's too heavy. Okay, what if we use reinforced roads mostly? Except for the center. It's too low now. That is too low now. That's annoying. 70%. Spring's gonna snap though, which is bad. Yep. Spring snapped. Would this help if I reduce this to 50%? I'm trying to keep the stress on the springs a bit lower. Doesn't quite reach that, so... Okay. Still snaps the spring. we'll let it rotate a bit less. Maybe that's how you do it. That is so close. Oh my god. What if you don't stretch it at all? That will fall too much? Yeah, that will fall too much. So probably about 40% on both sides. Should work. Oh, there we go. Can't help but feel that I didn't really come up with that on my own though. Very much inspired by Mason's design. Let's take a look at Astronaut's design. Ah. Similar concept, for sure. Cheaper than mine as well, I believe. Yep, way cheaper. Sushi. Wait, does this work? No, it doesn't. Oh man, if that worked, I'd be really shocked because I had something really similar to that. True. I wonder if it's possible to reduce it further. It's not breaking. How far can we go? Alright, that's the question. The first one I don't think can be changed. But you know, we might as well try, right? No harm trying. In fact, with that we can probably reduce the amount of stretch as well. Oh wow, it actually works. Wow. I'm surprised. Very surprised. Reduce the stretch to 30%. Would it be more stable or less stable? Should be more stable, I think. Very nice. It might be less stable though, because of the way it was. Very close to top 100 actually. Hold on. I just want to see if we can get to top 100 with this. Should work. Ah, it breaks. What if we stretch this a bit more? I think stretching it more is better, but to a certain point. Because it's a trade-off of road stability versus spring stability, I would say. Yeah, there we go. Top 100. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's take a look at some of Mason's designs. This one is kind of slanted on one end, but works well. I guess you don't need that, huh? I see. Pure roads? Potentially. It might actually work. Ooh, too much stress, unfortunately. I think just the way it's made, it's too much stress on that. If you stretch it more, maybe? You can offload the stress onto the spring instead. No, not enough. I think you needed this part here to make it work on normal roads. Yeah. It's not quite working. I'm not sure what's the difference between yours and mine, but mine somehow works. Oh well. We'll move on to the next level. Shall we? Okay, 310. Extra fire truck. Shafted. Two trucks instead of one. They go at the same time? Yep, same time. So, we need to make a road that goes from here to here. I don't think a curved road is better here because of the weight of these trucks. They're pretty heavy. We need a really stable support at the bottom. So, I'm gonna try to do an arc that goes through here, the second point. But let's Let's make it lower, shall we? Too high is a bit of an issue. A bit higher. To about there. Yep. That'll be our guide for the day. 1, 2, 3. Put one here, put one here. And then clone this. Not quite. Push it up, push it up. It's not even anymore, which kind of annoys me. Is it even here? Not exactly. I think that's better, right? It should be the same. No? That's the same. I'm gonna pull this back. Same? Yes. Okay, now to support it. Like this, over here. Ooh, stress! Everyone's favorite stress. So, muscle. Boom, boom, boom. I think we're gonna have to use a bunch of muscles here. Get rid of the trace and get rid of the snap. And do this. Should be good. Muscles down as well. All the way. Yeah, feeling that we might need to do muscles all the way here. Muscle hell. We'll just do it in advance. I don't think there's any way it's gonna be not required, the muscles. Do it on one end and clone it on the other side. Okay, get rid of this, copy that, paste it here. Yep, muscle, muscle, muscle. How far are we from top 1? Oh, never mind, we don't have to do much. We are already in top 1000. I don't blame you guys for not wanting to make suggestions for this though, because muscles in the, what do you call that? The extension? A pain, definitely. Plus it's hard to test your creations in there. Doesn't really help. Is that okay? No. That is a square, that's probably why. So I should be able to reach with this. I do know there's a mod that you can use to use your level saves as a export to the extension. Some people did use that previously. Maybe this is better. Let's try that. Since muscles are longer, I can make cheaper designs like this. Use it? Yeah. Oh, do I even need this? Yes. Yes, I do. Based on this shape? Oh. Yeah. Except that it might not need to be muscles. It might just need to be... The angle is bad though, which is kind of worrisome. But we can try it. We can try it. It's not a big deal to try it. Yeah, the angle isn't great. If we change the angle like this then. From here to there, it's pretty on point. From here to here, move it up. Delete this, copy that. Sorry, just shaving for no reason. It's breaking. Well, this was the most successful version. I think I'll stick with this. 20k, good enough. Mason has a slightly cheaper design. Curved bridges using reinforced roads. Yeah, I wanted to avoid using reinforced roads because They're expensive, but you know, it is a cheaper design for sure. Arcing both. Oh, even cheaper. By making this. Oh, that is close. I'm surprised that works actually. Very surprised that that works. I'm wondering if a different arc could work. I know I probably shouldn't, but I just want to know. I haven't tried this kind of arc properly. Give me the grid, please. Lower this to here. Yeah, it's really close. Okay, so first of all, this absolutely must be a muscle, but we'll just do this first. We'll create all the points before we continue. Okay, that should be clonable on the other side. Slightly off, huh? Surprised. Road is slightly stronger than wood. Oh, okay. It's good to know. This isn't really centralized. I think that's the problem. Just do that. That's good enough. Slightly off, but you can adjust it to make it really fit it. Muscle for this. Some point. Copy that. Delete that first. Okay, so now we do the other muscles. It's a bit too high. Yes, it does have weight for sure. Oh. Trace off. Actually, I can do this, can't I? Okay, adjust the angle a little bit. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. We're gonna have a smoother curve as much as we can. Smooth curve is more important. Weight distribution is very, very important. Okay, that should be okay to copy. Paste that. Oh, we should delete it first before we paste that. Why is it not creating a road here? What the hell? Never mind. Let's get rid of that. Not sure why it wasn't aligned up perfectly. Okay, is it stable enough? No, it is not. This part isn't stable enough, apparently. Bigger? Oof. Do I need to do like a double muscle or something? Alright, maybe this is a bad idea. Yeah, screw it. This is a terrible idea. Starting from here is bad if you're using a straight road, I think. You gotta start lower so there's more support strength. Oh well, we tried, that's all that matters. Let's move on to the next level. 311, cross jump, challenge, only one platform in the middle. Oh. So I get stuck there. Let's focus on the left side first. Did I even use both? the previous time I did this on the main one. I don't remember using both. Let's use steel for now. It's easier. Man, it's breaking. Even though it's a pretty smooth curve, it's breaking, huh? Yeah, seems to be a problem with the strength of the road, so we just use a reinforced one. The hell? Just breaks, huh? Oh, that doesn't break, so we can try to expand this further. I wonder if I can get to the other side just using roads from this. It's gonna cause more and more stress on this road though, which is really bad. Maybe the better approach would be to do this. Yeah, that's more stable. I'm right. Good. So now we extend it with curved roads. It is going up, which is not good. We're gonna go far. Far is better than up. It's landing about here. There, huh? Getting closer and closer. I can see this. I can see this working. Oh, I'm spending too much money. Whoops. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the better way to do things is to get this guy onto there, and then having the other guy go on top. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Let's try this. Come on, get out of the way. Can I just make something like this at the start so it goes away? Yep, okay, that reaches. Good. That's all that matters. Now we get a platform on top of this guy here. Maybe like this. I want him to land about there. And then go up this way. Okay, we need to support this shape. Landing angle. Shorten that. It's coming at a really sharp angle, so maybe not that. Let me get rid of this part. Hold on. Slow down. Okay, so this guy needs to be adjusted. It's not going far enough. It's not going far enough. So another road, probably. Oh, that's breaking. Not good. Going up. And landing here. Too high. Maybe like this. It is landing here, so probably move on to having the road be here. This guy should be adjusted as well to go higher. Oh right, that's why we don't have it there. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Maybe not. Maybe not having this is a bad idea. I wanted to land on top, above it. Okay, now it's breaking, which is amazing. That's bad. I wanted to land here without hitting this guy, but that seems to be quite difficult. I think the timing is just bad as well. The approach is bad. This goes up, lands there, hits that, and then falls in the water. Yeah, doesn't really work. If you had a straight road, it would just do nothing. It needs to be slightly tilted, so it affects it in some way. Wait, where's it landing? Landing about here. I was thinking of maybe doing something like this, have a extra lane on top, so that when the right guy comes along, it will land on top of here, and this guy can squeeze through. But, you know. I actually squeezed through just fine, I'm surprised. So if you can somehow get it to land on top of that. The angle is so difficult. Maybe give up on having it be 1 and just do 3 so I can extend it further. Kind of. Angle though. The angle is bad. Higher? Maybe? Oh, the angle is really bad. I don't think it's ever gonna work, unfortunately. Maybe a spring? Oh, that's tilting. It's no good. Not supposed to tilt. Double string, maybe? Spring with a bit of steel. Still gonna tilt backwards, huh? Fine. Nope, doesn't work. Oh, this is difficult. This is difficult. Yeah, it's not working. That is a bad approach. The limitation was that there's one less platform. Jumps over, goes on top and goes across, but I can't do that right now. If I can slow it down. Maybe? A really short road here. Does it slow it down? So now that it's slowed down, that's a pretty clean entry. I'm okay with that. Slow this guy down. It launches, crushes the road instead. Doesn't quite launch. Timing wise is bad. It's about here. Slowing it down doesn't seem to be a good idea at all. You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe I slow it down at the start instead of at the end. So it just delays it, but doesn't, you know, stop it from moving. Just, you know, a little bump. Did it slow it down? I don't think it did. If I move it up like this. Maybe. No, not really. What if I put it on it? It did slow it down actually. That did slow it down. Hey Sushi, welcome back. I'm trying to slow this guy down so there's more time for this guy to go across. And he can jump over it. But that might be a fool's errand. I don't know. Okay, that's a bit too steep of an angle. Still too steep. Let's make him do a big jump onto the budget design. No idea what the budget design is. Okay, there we go. Now that is what we're talking about. Finally got it to work. Shush. Get rid of that. I don't need it. That. Okay, hold on. So this guy goes up, over. Ah, it's gonna interfere with this road. That's bad. I wanted to do something like this, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna get hit by this guy. Oh, that's it. Good. So if we lower this down, it should work. still landing on it, which is not ideal. It's not better. This is slowing it down too much, maybe. What if he dropped it from here? So it slows it down a little bit. What am I trying to do again? Hold on. The normal approach would cause it to hit it on top. So you wanted it to slow down so you can have more time to go over, but then lose it at the end. It's flipping because it's hitting that from the top. So it needs to be a really, really small slowdown. This isn't working. This is not working at all. It's tough, it's tough. I don't know how to approach this in a way that makes sense. The closest I came was this, I think. Yeah. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Ah, but it gets hit. Just not good. Shorten it? Strengthen the road, maybe? Doesn't quite reach. We would need it to be at a sharper angle, but that will get hit by the first truck. This isn't really working. Yes, I wanted to avoid the first truck, but how? Going over it? I tried that, but I would need to catch it coming in, right? And catching it coming in is really hard. As far as I can tell, anyway. Yes, the suggestions are coming. Because this gap needs to be open enough for this guy to go through. Not like that. I don't know how else you would do it. Unless you had a separate ramp going up this way. That's not connected here. And the other truck kind of opens it up with a flap or something. Something. I think. I don't know. I'm no good at this. Would that even work? No, not really. The angle of entry is... yeah, that'll be even harder, I think. Make the jump give A2 enough airtime to go over. But that will require a much sharper angle and it's expensive. Right? See, that gets bumped anyway. And it breaks, yep. It would need to be sharper. Let's remove the slowdown. If you had two roads, it would be harder for this guy to get on, right? That's my issue with using more roads. It's difficult. My brain is bad. A longer road maybe? Now it's flipping, which still isn't the best. I didn't miss it, but now it's breaking everything. It's landing at a really bad angle, so it can't build up enough speed to go across, which doesn't really work either, right? Oh, that was surprisingly good. But again, this part is the problem. This guy lands here. Wait, did it bump it? It does touch it a little bit. Give your custom level ideas hard? I have no idea. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to give it you're gonna have to ask someone in chat or something, because I have no clue. I don't know anything about custom levels. Is it the best? Trying to tilt it very slightly. That's getting destroyed. I use a sprang. Doesn't really go high enough. Yeah, now the problem is it's not going high enough. But if I make it go too high, this guy hits it because of the approaching angle. Maybe it's okay if there's a spring there. You don't own the game? Yeah. Okay, I might need to change this up then. Okay, I'll do that right after this then. I will go ahead and suffer after this. Well, time to die. That's fine, I'll do it. Okay, now the approaching angle. Let me just note that down. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making sure I have the level ID. Yep, okay, got it noted down. Well, time to suffer. This goes over that, that's fine. Goes high, but flops over. So maybe have that be steel. So only this part collapses. Not good. No. Oh! Pretty close. Angle. Yes, it does stay in the queue. It's so close. So many small tiny tweaks. Well, it made it, but it broke. So that is a problem. It breaks. Not high enough. Oh, left side, it's so close. Maybe a bit higher. A bit higher might be okay. Ooh, just bumps it. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. There we go. Left clears. Right is not a problem. Yeah, we have a budget, it's fine. I'll use wood later to replace some steel. Not a big deal. Ooh, angle. Seems to be a problem. Okay, we need another road. There's no way one is enough. 2 roads, maybe. Close, very close. There we go. Okay. Wait. Wait a minute. That broke? But I didn't change anything. I didn't change anything on this side. No. I didn't even change anything on this side. Come on. There, that should do it. Yep. Okay, no breaking. Now, here is the fun part. To be under budget. The first thing I'm gonna do is replace a bunch of things with wood. That should do it. Still looks fine. Yep, easy shaves. Got top 1000 already, so people had difficulty with this level for sure. I don't think I can remove this, but I can turn this into wood for sure. So it'll be cheaper. Wonder if I can turn this into wood actually. Bit risky, but can I remove it? We'll try it, I guess. I guess based on the angle of entry, yeah, maybe. Oh, surprisingly, yes. Can I remove this as well then? Wow. I'm actually pretty surprised. That means I can turn this into wood as well, right? Ah, that's just a bit off. I can't reach that. Yes, the suggestions will come before the custom level. I saw it coming when I introduced that option. Okay. We're pretty close to top 100, so might as well go for that, I guess. What am I doing? This is a bit too far. I don't think there's any way of this becoming wood unless I use muscles. Is that cheaper? Yes, yes it is. So potentially, if I did this, this would be wood. Yeah? Oh, that breaks. So no, that has to be steel, I guess. Can this be wood? I don't think so, but have to try. Yes, it can. Whoa, that was close. Real close. Surprised it went through. We need to cut 500 off. 500. 500. Is that okay? Yep, clears it just nice. Whew. Top 100. I do wonder if I can do this. Sorry. I have problems. I really enjoy the act of making things cheaper. Oh well, that's good enough. Maybe. Maybe? No. I'm addicted. No, I gotta stop this. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. Whew, top 80. We'll stick with this solution. Alright, let's take a look at Escanol solutions. Just really big jumps. really big jumps. Doesn't work though. Breaks. Do you have fixed versions? See if one of these work. Nope. Gotta turn this into steel, I think. Maybe even that into steel. Oh, there's a lot of things to break here. I'll pass on that. Take a look at this one. Spring here. Hmm? Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this one then. Sushi's love. Oh, that was not shaved. Is this shaved? Ooh, it is not. This has too many breakpoints. You might have to do this. Let's do this. This should work. Yeah, it does. It's kind of my solution, so I don't feel too bad about taking it. Taking the credit. It's a shaved version. Ah, let's do bigger. We'll go with this. We'll go with this. Yeah, it is a shaved solution version of my solution. 1302. Good enough, I suppose. Good enough. Top 50. Hey, nice. I'll drink to that. Okay. Now, time for a custom level. Can make suggestions if you use the channel points, which is what Esconaut did. AGQRX. Search for this. This level makes no sense by Mason. Of course it's by Mason. Plenty of strange stuff going on here. I see an interesting... Is this a car in a pot? But what is this thing here? What am I looking at? What is this? You can't put a road there? Oh, it's a boat! Oh, it's a boat! Wait. It's a boat outline, but there's no boat in this. What? Huh? Huh? It's a boat that doesn't exist. Yeah. What? Confused. You're confusing me. Okay. Anyway, let me figure out which cars move. It's an upside down. So there's 3 blue cars, but only 2 of them move. So I'm guessing this one and this one move, but this one just rolls in here and then goes up here. I'm guessing. Could be wrong. And then these 2 go across and go here, I guess. And then this guy just... So this guy can't move because of these blocks. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, I'm guessing that I have to create some kind of, oh yeah, hydraulic manager. This is A1. Wait, they're both A1? Wait, what? Huh? So this, wait. No, I'm looking at it wrongly. Right? Wait, what? They're both this guy. What? Why is this both? I don't understand. Oh no. Okay, we'll do this bit by bit, okay? This guy I think is the most doable for me, so I'm gonna do it first. Alright. Let me create a road here, move it over. Okay. use this here. We'll block these 3. Blocking 3 isn't enough. You gotta block all of them apparently. Well, maybe if I block the first one better, instead of letting it roll off. About here. There we go, yep. Wait. Oh, because the car went underwater, it couldn't keep going when it's moving. This guy's moving and going in. I'm gonna stop this guy for now, so I can see if this works. This should work. No? Oh, wow. Wait. Does it only move after these guys move? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Right? A1 needs to finish before this guy goes through. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. So A1 needs to go get these 2. Actually, you know what? Let me make this cheaper because I can. Just give me a quick moment. Let's want to make this cheaper. This should be fine, right? Nope, no, that's not fine. No, I will leave that to this. Yeah, I do have a lot of budget, yes. So let's figure out the monster truck first, okay? So it needs to go here and then come back. It will only come back after this phase. So we need some kind of thing here that expands it upwards so it makes a nice line here. Hold on. Let me see. So I need 3 roads to get this, huh? Well, my idea is to have a hydraulic plus a road, push it upwards here. You know? If that makes sense. Let's try this. Expand that, as long as we can. Oh, that doesn't start until later on. Huh? So we need A and B to finish before C starts. So we can't test this until the rest. Okay, fine. We have to do everything here first. This needs to be done, then this, and then this gets done. A1. We need this guy to go here, get both of them, and go there. There's 2 A1 flags for some reason, which is why I'm confused, but we'll see, I guess. This goes forward. If it drops down, it's gonna have a solution. I'm curious how this works. So it falls inwards here. What if I do this? I want it to fall in here and then move up again. If that makes sense. Maybe spring then. It's not ready? Well, that's fine. Okay, this needs to be a stronger road. Or have more springs. More springs. Ah, that's not bad. That's quite close. Maybe steeper. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. So now we need it to go up. We need it to go up. I don't know. That's why I'm testing all these. I have absolutely no clue. First step is almost there. Oh, sorry. Let me approve you. Give me a quick moment. Here. There. You should be able to post a link now. Sorry about that. This needs to be expendable. Can you remove that? You might not need that. So this goes up. But I don't think I can climb this. Yeah. So hydraulics happen in B. Doesn't really matter. I need... This guy falls in here, grabs that, that's okay. But how do I get it up here? That's the question. Ah, I got it. So what if I did this? What if I remove this? Make this smaller? Spring here. No, gotta keep the shape. So let's put in this spring up here as well. Maybe just all of it. Pull this, stretch this 10%, 20%. Okay, it's falling the wrong way. I want it to fall inwards. Does the glitch A1 move? I don't know. This guy? It's not moving anyway. Yeah. Hey, Noah. I'm playing Mason's strange level. The current plan is to get this guy to fall in here and have a road go up here, like this. This road should be fine, not an issue. But getting it to fall in here, that's the current hard part, I would say. It's too small, it's gonna be hard to get through, but... Maybe... if it slides it inwards. Oh, but that falls this way, you know? Yeah, that's bad. I'm gonna try something weird. Push it, push it. Ah, not quite. Steeper, maybe? Yes, these two cars don't move by itself. They move only when you get pushed. Okay, that's pretty close. So maybe if I get rid of this... bouncing the wrong way. No. Oh boy. Yeah, I can take it off the grid, you're right, but I don't know if it really helps me too much. I want this guy to be there though. Maybe I should do this. Use this guy and hold it in place using a spring here. So it doesn't mess with it too much. Okay, sliding in the wrong way, which is bad. I want it to roll inwards. Let's do it bigger. Okay, maybe a bit less steeper. Both cars to blank car. Ah, almost. Make a spring cannon for it to ride on the left side of the stairs. I'm just trying to solve it bit by bit right now, so don't think too much about it. Man, this is hard. Getting this guy here is real tough. smaller. It's getting stuck. That's not right. That is not right. Hold on. So the original shape was like this, right? So if I cut this, put it here, it would look like this. But it's too high. That's the problem right now. What if I move this out to it? I'm fairly certain once I get this part working, it should allow it to grab that and then push this guy up, right? Okay, never mind, I can't even do that. So this is the wrong solution to begin with. Can I test yours? I really want to come up with my own solution though. I always say this, you know? Oh wait! I got it. What if I do this? If I did this way? Hold on. So it falls in this way. Okay, I need a bit of the road. It needs to be further away. I want to fall this way and then go down this way. It's gonna slide down, fall in here, and then go across. That's the current plan. Sure, let me just take a look at this first. Ah, not far enough. Not far enough. Maybe a steeper slope? That's not good. Bad sign. Okay. So now, if I have a road here that catches it, at an angle, aha! That's one part solved. Wait, does it need to be like this? So it gets both? This goes across, gets both A1 flags. This guy goes here, grabs that. This guy expands up, and he's gonna start moving. Oh, he can't move because it's too much. I see. So it might have to expand only during C. Let's try that. Here, this goes across. Here, opens up. Ah, it pushes it back. Okay, too much then. So let's reduce it to 1. Maybe I should start from here instead. Yeah? Do this. Turn it on B. Level won't finish until all vehicles have gotten at least one. Oh, you sneaky devil, you. You sneaky devil. So this will not work. You sneaky. Fine. That's okay. Wait. I want this guy to go across, this guy to fall inwards. So this should work. Push him up. Thank you. Trying to get it to not hit the dang top. Ah, I can't reach if it does that though. What if a really gentle slope? Not gentle enough. It's getting real close, but it's tough. Getting this guy across is real hard. Yeah, it doesn't go across. You need to adjust this. You can't tell if I haven't noticed or I haven't seen it. What, you're talking about this guy falling? Wait, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'll fix that later. This guy is gonna have to get pushed somehow. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like something like this, but only comes in here. A1.1 and A1.2. What, you're talking about how this guy can collect both without issue? I have no clue if that's a normal thing or not. I just live with it, you know? Just suck it up. At this point, you know, I'm done being surprised. I'm just gonna pretend everything's okay. Here it is. How do I get this guy to fall correctly? Pull it? Stretch it? No, that breaks it though. Oh, somehow a bit of stretch works. So what we want here is we want it to stop here. Yeah? Left card's copy of A1. Ah, okay. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, you shouldn't break here. Stop breaking. Maybe make it longer, that might help. Instead of using steel. Fine, I'll use steel. Jeez. This impact is causing problems, so springs. Ah, I was trying to hold it in place. There. Now this should... Dude, really climb it? Just trying to climb it. Nope. No, not quite. So... have a road here, I guess. Oh crap, I collected both. That's not good. I don't want to collect both. Ah, the bounce is making it collect both. No. Don't collect both. Stop it. No. I need... Ah, maybe if I do this. No. Something tips over. Right? So just this maybe? No, don't tip yet. Jeez. Goes up here, tips over, and then this guy goes through. Grabs that, but it gets both right now, which is a problem. So what if I had this? No, this. No, it's too steep. The flags are clipping each other for sure. I'm trying to get it to not collect both. It's collecting both. Needs to not collect both. How do you not collect both? And tilt over. This is tough. Not collect both and then tilt over afterwards. Yeah, but this card needs to collect one of them and the other card needs to collect the other. It can't collect not both of them, right? The stars isn't a problem. I don't really care about the stars. I care about the flags. Because based on what Mason is saying, you need every flag to collect 1 star each. So this is A1, this is A1. This guy is nothing. So he collects these 2 and then gets the... Yeah, it's blank, right? Blank point 1, blank point 2. Yep, that's A3 and that's B, that's fine. This guy is fine. It's not really a problem. This is the problem. How do I get it to collect both without... Oh, I see what you mean. You're saying to get this guy to go directly down. Ah, right. That makes a lot more sense than what I was trying to do. Yeah, blind spot, you know? When your brain is so fixated on one answer, it's hard to get to think of the other. That does make a lot more sense. But it would need to collect it after this guy collects it though. So hopefully the timing is fine. No guarantees though. It needs to collect 1 checkpoint, huh? That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That actually fails. So I was doing it correctly. Aha! It wasn't a blind spot. This guy had to collect it. Mason, you sneaky devil, you. Okay. So now we need A1. Okay, we need the left car to grab this. The right car is gonna have to grab this. But how? Use this as a ramp, I guess? But how to use it as a ramp? Stopping it earlier, maybe? It is interesting though, you know, definitely. So I don't mind. Okay, no. Too high. Needs to be much lower. Needs to get stopped here, I guess. Too early. The 2 platforms in the middle are just in test positions for the stuff I was discovering. You mean these? You see a flag, pick any flag, you know what's going on with the A1 flags? Well, I don't, so... What if I did this? No. It's actually going to go through, push that, and then create some kind of strange ramp, maybe? Yeah, maybe that's a better way to do it. So we have this guy be... Hold on. Trying something weird. Give me a moment. I wanted to pull this. When this gets pushed here, this goes up. So I wanted to pull it upwards so that it can create a ramp of some kind. Does the glitch A1 get to bottom flag only without the checkpoint, you mean? By things, do you mean checkpoints? The thing at the flag. Well, what's happening here? Look away! The thing at the flag? What do you mean the thing at the flag? You mean, can this guy get to the flag without using these? I'm not sure what you mean, sorry. You're gonna have to explain in a clearer manner. Need this to be here. Is it pushing it down? Let me get it go higher. No, of course not, of course not. Test out your thing without the spring thingy at A1. What you're saying is, does it get the flag? Yes, it does. But I need something to let it get up there. And that's the current problem. You know, it's not going up. Which is why I'm trying to create some kind of strange, weird ramp thing to let it tilt upwards. You know how to do this? That's great. I don't. So it needs to be the opposite way up then. This is pushing it this way. So that gets pushed down. And that pushes this down. But if it pushes this guy, it'll push it up. This guy goes down, this guy goes up. Maybe? Here it is. No, it doesn't really. One car is faster than the other. I mean, this guy is a lot faster than this guy because of the ramp, but... Oh, just normal speed as well. Yeah, the starting speed is a lot faster. Actually, you know what? Why am I doing this? Wait. Does it not pull? Oh right, I was getting both flags with one car, that's why it was moving. I forgot. I was thinking why I didn't use hydraulics, but because the first time when I was doing it, I used A1 to get both flags, so it used the hydraulic to pull one up. Do the flags get consumed by the car? I think they do, so I don't think this would work. Right, I don't think this works. Yeah, kite, right? Wait, why isn't this guy moving now? What's happening? Why? What? Am I not changing phase? Once it's gone, it's gone? Yeah. Oh, this guy has to be the one eating the flags, maybe? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe some kind of weird contraption that allows this guy push something, something pulls this guy, something. I don't know. I really don't know right now. My brain is confused. Oh no! It's a tough one. It's a tough level. Real tough. One car can collect both flags, but the level won't complete. Yeah. Yeah. What if I did this? Going to have a road here. Okay, another road here, and then have springs on both sides. And have this be real long, so it falls on one side. That's actually not bad. That's actually really not bad. Sorry. Oh. But this is really not bad at all. So if I made this longer, and then had it be supported both ways. You know? Yeah? You know? The spiritually the same are treated different? Yeah. So maybe instead of doing that, we use springs here. Ah, wood is heavier than springs. Ew. That's not good. We need to be pretty close in weight. But that's the idea, right? The idea is to have this guy fall here to create a ramp after this guy comes along. No weight difference? They just act differently? Oh. Wait, do nodes not have weight? I thought nodes had weight. Nodes have weight. Okay, okay. Good to know. No. Not quite. I think the idea is not bad. Having this guy come down afterwards to create a ramp. I think that's a pretty decent idea. But right now it's not really good. So, police car for some reason. Just saying to do this. Oh! Oh! Load it? Too long, maybe. It's collapsing on its own weight. Wait, hold on. Let's go with this one. This one is really close, but not working because of this guy being too long. If we shortened it, it would be too high. So if we move this here, it's collapsing on itself though. The issue right now is that it's collapsing on itself. What if we move this back? One more. Move the center as well. Ah, there we go. Now that works. Oh, hell yeah. I'm happy with that. Now we gotta do this guy. Oh, this guy's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna need to push him outwards. Actually, Ah, I can't create a road until there. Okay, that's fine. So this is gonna go here. We're gonna support this guy here. Yeah. I have no idea what limo torture is, but I'm gonna guess at what to do. So this is gonna push a road upwards here, creating a ramp for this to go up. Maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Try it out. No harm trying. Let's keep it straight, so it's easier to manage. This is this long. Here, and about here, I guess. And then I'm going to use a hydraulic on this point and this point. Push it outwards. How far is this? This is 1.75, so 3.5 meters. Yeah. And then support this. It's gonna detach the road. No, you know what? You don't need that. Just need to go to here. That's fine. That'll be symmetrical. Okay, so we need to keep the shape of this though. So let's do this. Oh, that kind of worked. I don't need that. Stop this. Actually, turn it off here. This should work, right? Close. Close. It just needs to move. So maybe we move it on C instead of B. So it starts moving and then we push it out. Yeah, torture. Oh, that is close. Real close. Oops, meant to do this. Tilt this maybe? Delete this, see what happens. Sure. Not quite. Can't get over right now. Okay, maybe the better way to do this would be to actually connect this to the road. Oh, you can't connect. Yeah, you can't connect to this one. That's why I couldn't do that. Yeah. But maybe this side should be connected. Maybe. Now we disconnect that. Lock that in play. Have that disconnect on. I'll do it on B for now. It can only move and extend at the same time, apparently. At least that's what I'm seeing. So moving on B doesn't seem to work. It has to move on C. Right? Yeah. The issue is getting onto here. No, roads don't interact with platforms as far as I know anyway. What if I do this? Connect this on this. Nope. Doesn't move, huh? Yeah, stopped moving. Stopped moving. Dang. What if we did this? This is now 1.5 meters. But if we tilted it? Like this, maybe? That's interesting. Somehow this causes a lot of problems. Do be jamming. Do be jamming. So this is being extended unequally. That's the problem. I'm gonna make sure this is straight. Move this back so this can be straight. This is here, right? So I need zigzag to be there. Oh, the road can't be that long. That's annoying. We just use this to move as close as we can to that. Oh, because of this, right, that doesn't work. Oh, that's a bad thing to do. I'm making a mistake. So it stops moving forward, huh? What if I do this? 30%? Unequal expansion, maybe? Or rather, instead of unequal expansion, can springs make it slide? No clue, actually. I have no clue how springs work with this guy. Hey, 3190, hello again. Thanks for the raid. Trying out Mason's strange level? It's pretty strange, I have to say. But thank you for coming along. Hello everyone. Oh man. It slides backwards, huh? Hey Serge! Welcome. Yes, I am affiliate now. How off-track did the stream go? Someone suggested a custom level using the channel point reward, so I'm playing that right now. It's a bit tricky, to put it simply. A bit tricky. Thanks Serge for coming. For those who don't know, Serge is Serge used to play Celeste when I was playing Celeste as well. So we got to know each other back then. He's playing all of Minecraft recently. So if you're interested in Minecraft, you can check him out. This guy's not really working though now. I'm still confused. How do I get him up? He stops there. If I moved him first... if I move in B, and then don't move it in C? How different is that? Can it start moving with the ramp? Oh no. Breaking it. I don't know what SFR is, by the way. Ooh, it's trying. It's really trying. Let me lower this by a little bit more so it can join up here. Stuck falling road. Is the car supposed to be like that? Oh, do not join it up. Bad. Terrible. Do not. Absolutely not. Okay, so based on the experiments, you can call them that, moving it early is bad, right? Moving it early is the worst. You want to move it late when it's moving. So see, SFR direction breaks road inside vehicles because of stuck nature. I see. So having this connect is bad. You won't have to connect then, I guess. Turn that off. What if, bear with me here. What if I did 2 half expansions? So on B, 2 of them go off. On C, the other 2 go off. Yeah, maybe. Would I still allow it to move? Whoops. Expand, not contract. That's a mistake. Like this, maybe? No. Half expansions are not nice. Quarter expansions? This one is tough. It did move a little bit, but I think caused more problems than anything. Getting this to go up. It starts moving and then stops when it reaches here. That's the current problem. So if I can reduce... This gets stuck, right? Yes. So definitely not have 2 half ones. Yes, Serge, what do you want to do? You want to make suggestions? You can. Unless you have to talk about something else entirely. Turn it off on B. Still gets stopped, huh? Let's squeeze through. That's good. I'm trying to get it to... Okay, that can't squeeze through. Oh, that snapped through. Dang. Maybe I should expand with another one. Like I have a slope here. You try to sub? It's not working. Oh, that's weird. I haven't really done anything for it. I'm surprised. Think about adding another ramp here. You can't use a card? Oh, that sucks. Then that's very sad. Banned from subbing. Okay, let's try this. Wait, why is this a... Yeah, there should be a road. Try compressing this. Trying some weird strats here. Oh. Just realized this is wrong. It should be here. There should be a road. Here. Flip it. Wrong way? Correct way. Wait, what am I doing? Same height here. Can you lift it under the flag? No, unfortunately not. Pretty sure that would fail, sadly. It needs to reach here first, so if it gets back there, there will not be a hydraulic face for it to be pushed, unfortunately. So can't do that. Sadly. Make this contract. Right face, right face. I'm trying to pull the other wheel upwards as well, so it can potentially do some weird things. I don't know. Trying some strange experiments. Maybe. Oh! Oh! Look at that. It got somewhere. Not to the end, unfortunately, but it did get somewhere. Maybe this is fast enough. No, not fast enough. So this is breaking, huh? Maybe this should be further this way? Hey, thank you for the subscription. You're the first subscriber, Serge. Thank you very, very much. Okay, now I gotta make this work. You did do it. Congratulations. And thank you. Got a fancy badge, yeah. Maybe make this... So I'm still trying to do this. Might make it go further, so that a bigger angle. Christmas. Maybe make this tilt at the same time. Yes, that is the emote. It's not very creative, I know, but I haven't thought about it enough. I think that's the problem here. Maybe a combination? Oh, that is close. We're actually getting really, really close. What if we do this? It is breaking, which is bad, but... just need to lower this, I think. Should be okay. It's okay. Maybe a bit less. Might be going too far. It's current worry. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know if this is even doing anything anymore. Let me try removing the center road. These guys. Let's just try having these around. Is it needed? It might be. Looks like it is needed. Can't get rid of it yet. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? I need it to be extended outwards. Yes, I have a lot of money spare, but you can't really fit much in this area anyway, so that's the problem. You can't put roads here, that would make things a lot easier. I think another road here might help quite a lot. It's a bit tight, but you can get it to fit here. Yes, there. Okay, so I want this guy to extend more than this guy. So let's have another hydraulic here. It's not centralized. Oh well, doesn't really matter at this point. 90 degrees. Yeah. Slightly out of range. And then have it here, I guess. Expand. Not on B, but on C. It's gonna break. It might break actually. It's supported very well. Maybe not like that. Maybe make them equal. I don't know. It's really hard. Oh, that is so close. That's ridiculously close, actually. It's going here, but not continuing. Oh my god. This is so close. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I gotta get this guy there. Shape, maybe? Might be a shape problem. Wait, that shouldn't be there. Should it? Yes, it should. It should be here. And then push it here, I guess. It's causing problems. What if we don't have this guy? Tilt it less. It's really, 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 really close. That's tough. If I extend this, maybe? Oh man. How do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? Let's squeeze this through. But getting that on there is really hard. Is it because of the gap? I wonder if it's because of the gap. There's no gap now, but it's not really working still. This is tough. Glitches are really hard to manipulate. Hey Mason, am I missing something? Should I be doing it a different way? Or is it just angles and positions? I feel like it's just angles and positions at this point. We push it a bit. Push it a bit. Push it a bit. Push it a bit. Not like this. Enough here. You push it here. Let me try this first. I need to push it here. Yeah? I'm thinking I need to push it here, maybe? This doesn't seem to change too much, so I'm not too enthralled about that. So maybe have a piece of steel here. But the road can't be here. So the road would have to be somewhere here, but it can't fit in there. So maybe have it be from here? Trying to select this one, but it's kind of hard to do that. You guys, I'll do it after this. This guy. Trying to select this road here, the short one, but it's really hard to select. What if I do this first? And get rid of this one. Turn that off. Put a road here. Okay, so now we have a road going from here to here. I'm gonna push it this way, so let's hold it in place on this side, steel, and then have a hydraulic push it here. Not sure how to push it, how much to push it yet, but let's just do this, I guess. Turn it off on B, should be okay. Yeah, it's a mess now. It's really messy. It's flying. Oh no. I just had an idea. What if I moved a road from here to here during B hydraulic phase and then use it to something make this ramp even longer, or make this road even longer? Yeah? Maybe? Maybe. Hey, try! I'm trying out Mason's custom level. It's a bit messy, but too bad with it. I want... Yeah, that should be doable. Challenge World 3, oh, you know about it. So... if I had a road here, and here, and I push it down to here, lock it in place, and then push it down further, the next phase. Yeah? I think it could work. So I'm gonna join this with that. Have a hydraulic go from here to here, it's 1.5, so gotta push it down 1.5, so 3 meter hydraulic. Expand it. Let's put it here, and here, and here. So it's gonna push it down. Oh, sure, let me do that. Steam Workshop levels. So, thanks for reminding me, forgot about that. So I'm gonna push this guy down. It's gonna lock it in place, and then I'm gonna disconnect it. And then reconnect it with another hydraulic. Is it not Steam Workshop? It's not Steam Workshop? Oh. Just Workshop? Okay, Streaming Workshop. I thought it was under Steam, sorry. Streaming Workshop levels. There. So I'm gonna have another hydraulic here. Let's make sure it's correct here. Will be supported as well here and here. It will reconnect with this guy and then push it down after. Okay? At the same height here. Ah, I see. Its own workshop. Okay, makes sense. So turn it off here. Don't disconnect that there, but disconnect it here, not here. I think. Connect it. Don't disconnect it here. Okay, we gotta do this the other way. Sorry. One here and one here. Extend it. Extend it. Here. Okay, this is real messy. Let me redo this real quick. It should be fine. Yep, I think that's okay. So on B, but not on D. It will disconnect itself on B. It should be 2, 1. But not on D. Wait, what's happening? Why is this? This should be gone. So on B, it's gonna push this guy down. No, don't disconnect on B, sorry. Don't disconnect on B, but disconnect on C. Yes. Okay, this should work, I think. Can go down here, lock it in place. Whoops. Supposed to not extend on B. This point is going to split, but be fine. Wait, one more. C, no. Yes. Extends, goes down, locks it in place, pushes it all down. Ah, no! Doesn't work. Ugh, come on. Really? That is upsetting. Really? I thought it was a good idea, but it doesn't work. Okay, so this one must be something then. Yeah? I'm gonna pull it. Pray to the kelp gods. Unfortunately, the kelp gods only favor you. You are the apostle. Oops. Disconnect on B. It's a thing in the stream, don't worry about it. So I do need it on the other side as well. So let's copy this, flip it here. Fine. Have this guy be a road. Expand it. Should work. I think. This is supposed to contract, is correct. Don't worry. There's a reason why I'm contracting it. B's off, C's on. Should be fine. Not working, this one. Maybe I'm supposed to connect it to here instead, and then tilt it real hard. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So connect this to here and this to there. Hold on, let me try to create this then. Copy this. That's correct. No, wait, no, that's wrong. This extends outwards, so this shouldn't be there. Instead we have a... I don't know, my brain is not working right now. Give me a moment. Connect here. That needs to be connected. So it goes here, connects there. And, oh right, and need to not disconnect that here. B is fine. C is not okay. Try pushing the monster truck to the left. It won't take much. I'm trying to understand it. Hold on. Push the monster truck to the left. It won't take much. Push the monster truck to the left. It won't take much. I'm pretty trying to process that statement. So this is not working. I don't think this is gonna really help me at all. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. I'm gonna do this. Give it a moment. Let's take a look. So this creates a nice... Disconnects on C. Yes, I think. Locks in place, but disconnects the C, shouldn't disconnect. Yes, maybe. Why is it disconnecting on C? Oh, that's on. That's why. Shouldn't be on. I think my brain is just confused. Huh. Sure, whatever, it works. So what you're saying is I should have something pushing it to the left. Yeah? So... should this be expansion? My brain is struggling. No. 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 Yes, my bot is commenting. Push it to the left. The left side. You gotta go until this level's done? Yeah. This level's hard. It's really hard. I'm having a difficult time. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here in this part. Push it to the left. It shouldn't take much. What am I pushing to the left? Hydrate? Yeah, I will. Thanks for reminding me. There. Okay. So... I need to push it to the left. Where's it ending up? It's ending up here. Let me try something. From here, I want to push it down. Here, right? Is that the idea? Did I push it down here? Left pushing road does nothing at the moment. Yeah, kind of agree with that statement. Get rid of it for now. I think it's just too distracting. I want to push this guy down right now. So this road needs to get pushed. Oops. What's being locked here? No, that shouldn't get locked. Both should get disconnected. Is this correct? Not on B, yes. But it's breaking. Not stable enough. That's not really cooperating with the push though. Maybe in this angle? I think it's because it's in the wall, right? That's the current problem. This road can be from here. Or maybe it's because I'm disconnecting these. That might be why. Should be disconnected. Oh, should be extending. That's why. That might work now. Grid here. So we'll put it here, yeah, for now. Expanding. Keep it in place. It's a mess of steel. I don't really care about optimizing this level at this point. Getting it to work is far more important. Oh! Yeah? It's getting it here? And it's almost there now. Oh. Okay. So this is not doing anything right now. I think this isn't doing anything either. We'll leave that for now. Get rid of this. Yeah, so now if I have a road here that gets pulled upwards, on phase C, it should work, right? I think. Oh, yes! Oh, finally. God dang it. Okay. Now this guy. Oh, finally. So my understanding for this guy is I just need to get him moving. Doesn't seem too hard, I'll be honest. It may be hard, I don't know, but doesn't seem hard. Could be very hard. I then have a road here, but this guy can't be here until this guy falls through. So I'm gonna check the angles here. Let me take this guy, rotate him. Here for now. This is gonna be okay. B is okay. B is fine. I don't think C really matters at this point. So let me try to support this. This is use steel, it's good. Okay, so this needs to be here. Okay, it's too much right now, so let's reduce that. Man, it's really hard to grab that arrow. 35%? Wanna connect here. Oh, that's fine. So, same thing here. We're gonna have a road that just goes here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's not worry too much about hydraulics on this side. Yep. Hey! We're done! And there we go. Oh, finally. That was messy. Did get it done in the end? Let's take a look at some suggestions. I know it's not complete, but just want to see what people thought. Yeah, that is not gonna work. Look at Sushi suggestion. Ah, he tried to go for this one. Definitely doesn't work. It's a trap, that one. Mason! Whoa! Cannons! Oh, use a much bigger pushing thing instead. I was thinking on a much smaller scale here. But hey, it's cheap and it works. So, pretty happy with the solution. Okay? Pretty happy. A cheap working solution. Always nice to see. Yeah, saved a lot of money. It's a very, very cheap design. Okay, so next one. Sushi suggested a different one. Let's take a look at this one. Workshop. Different level text. Search this one. Parking garage by Hippo. Ah, okay. Hydraulic challenge. Pretty challenging. You need to assemble two 16-meter bridge using one hydraulic. You couldn't afford enough road for the parking garage, so they give you 360k to make a contraption to use what they have to fill in the gaps. Budget shouldn't be a problem. I set it to twice my solution's cost. Okay. Bonus points if you don't use rope or cable. Won't worry about that for the moment. So A4 goes here, A3 goes here, C2 goes here, so on and so forth. So shouldn't need to use expensive roads here. C2 is... Huh. Look at the order. So the 4 A's go first, then the 2 C's go, and then they come back around. Yes, I'm done with that one. So my understanding is that this guy is gonna have to go up here. Well, this guy's gonna go up, this guy's gonna go here. Same for these. Same for these. Yes, Hippo, you made this one. Okay, let's see here. The code is VPpXw. That is the code. Pasted it in chat so you can take a look if you want. Sure, go for it. Feel free to do so. I'm gonna support these for now with simple designs. They're gonna disconnect all of them. This guy's gonna go here, I guess, and this guy's gonna go up. It's one hydro. Oh, wait, it's one hydro. Oh, didn't realize that. Sure, go for it. One hydro, huh? So we're gonna need to pull 45 degrees something something something. This guy goes up here, this guy goes across there. Same thing for the top. So we won't worry about the top part for now, we just do the bottom part. It's the same anyway, so not a big deal. You can duplicate it afterwards. So from here to there, that is how far? 4 meters. How many phases? 1 phase. Okay. So this guy needs to end up here. So some hydraulic in the middle will correspond from here to here. Right? We need a 45 degree hydraulic. So this guy is gonna end up going from here to there. Pull. This is the position I want. So I'm gonna take it. Lock this in place. Pull this here. Lock it in place. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Wait, what's happening? Why is that connected to this guy? Let's lock. Sure, give me a moment. Pretty close. I nearly got it. Hold on, let me just see if this works. It's all about transmitting hydraulics, right? From my understanding. This level. 2, 2, 2, 2. Yep. Hey, look at that. Got one part done. almost one part done. It's not connecting for some reason. We have to fix that. Maybe it's better to do 2 lifts instead of 1. We'll see. Okay, let's take a look at your suggestion. It will break something maybe? Sure, it's fine. We can reload the level. I can't load it. I'm clicking it, but I cannot load it. Something is wrong, apparently. Something is wrong. Gonna have to look into that. Okay, so this lifts it up. It doesn't quite join because it's not quite correct. I have no idea what he sent, but it's scary. It's scaring me a little bit. Try has a design. Is it a solution or is it an experiment? Solution? Oh wait. Should I try it? Don't want to swallow myself if possible. Checking if the extension works. So I should click on it? Yeah? Okay. I can see it, but I won't try it out. It does work, so that's fine. I think the idea that I'm gonna have is my design. Oh, is it? It's very similar, but not exactly. There's a bit of difference. I think he added a steel here or something. Not sure why, but okay. My current issue is that it's not locking in place here because it's kind of tilting. Is it not symmetrical? Yeah, that wouldn't work, of course. That is symmetrical though. So it's just tilting because it's not lifting up on 2 sides, I guess. That's my guess right now. Maybe I should be lifting it differently. Oops. Maybe 45 degrees here. Want another 45-degree angle here. That's 45 degrees, but no, that's wrong. We'll move it inwards then, in that case. Lock this in place. Lock that in place. Lock this in place. I need that as well. Alright, thanks for coming along, Serge. See you next time. Okay, so that doesn't work. That's wrong. I wanted to lift it up evenly. You send something else? Sure. Let me do a quick save. Nope. Not loading, unfortunately. Clicking it right now does not work. I'm not sure what you're doing with the extension, but something dangerous it seems. Should be locked. Oh, this car is dropping down. Hold on. Let's disable the locks on this for now. Wait, what? Something is wrong. Oh, that should be locked. Yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong. Setting up broken bridge. Oh. This is the wrong way of doing things. I'm doing it wrong. 45 degrees into that is correct, but it's flopping. Lock that in place. Doesn't lock that. What do I make it bigger? Is bigger more stable? That is troubling. It is very troubling. Let me get rid of this steel for now. Why isn't it working? The length should be exactly correct, but the wobbling is... Oh, that's... Thank you, thank you. I need to lock it in place, but it's wobbling. So how do I reduce wobbling? I'm lifting it from the center. Would this reduce wobbling? Is that worse than this? It's a bit worse, I think. Any suggestions on how to reduce wobbling? Because I know that if I do it on top, it actually makes it worse. Oh, is that better? Oh, having both. Okay, there we go. Having both is better. That's the answer. Okay, that's good to know. Top and bottom. That's fine, top and bottom is working somehow, so I'm chill with that. Now to move this guy here. So we need to transmit the hydraulic so that it moves from here. Oop, just one the wood. So from here to here. This to there. The car is moving it? I guess so. Sure. Yep. It just does not load at all. You're right. So, how do I get this to go there? That's very far away. So that's gonna be really, really, really hard. This is a diagonal bridge method, I guess. So with this hydraulic movement, I need to move this guy. So this will end up here. Hey, Tanshiba, welcome. So somehow something about this will end up in this way. So something attached to here will be looking like this maybe? But it needs to start... No, it can't be this one. Oh no, this is gonna be real hard. I'm gonna have to learn some mechanics on the fly here. Working on Saturday or Sunday depending on your time zone. That's always sad. I guess I could have this like this as well and rotate it about this point. Pull it. I could make this. I could make this guy go here and the rest follow up, maybe. Sure. Oh! It works. You want me to load it? Oh no, doesn't look like a solution for sure, so I'm fine loading it. Just let me know. Okay, I can play it. Yep, it does load somehow. I'm not sure what's happening here. There is a split joint and an anchor. There's a piece of wood inside the anchor. Steel in, yeah, okay. So this is the thing that you're testing? This guy? He's starting in the anchor. How do you do that? Oh, can't get back in anymore. Yeah, and joints in really strange positions. Like, what the hell is this? Anchor and joints? Crazy. Alright, let's go back to this guy. How do I rotate this guy so that he ends up here? Whew. You submit design when simulation is running. Oh, okay, interesting. You can do that through the mod, I guess. I would assume it would be a modded thing. You can't do it in the simulation. I mean, you can't simulate it in the extension in the first place. So yeah, it has to be a mod. So this guy rotating it upwards into there. This guy going there, maybe? So this guy would rotate in some crazy way to end up here. Right? That's my current plan. Potentially. Yes. Let's try it. Something is stopping. This is, oh yeah, that's fine. Interesting. Right, because I didn't maintain the shape. Oh wait, that can't be there. This should be here. Lock that in place. Okay, so not exactly correct. No, that replaces that. That won't work. The mod allows you to submit it directly from your game, basically. It's my understanding. So this guy's gonna end up here. How? Easy level? Unfortunately not very easy for me. I am still thinking about it. Okay, that's definitely not. Whoa, 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 relax, relax. It's a joke, it's a joke. So this somehow ends up there. How? Oh no. I am maybe a bit stuck. Maybe let it flip. No, that's too stable. That needs to be there. What if you get rid of these? And have this be locked. Well, you can do everything in this level with 90-degree rotations. Yeah, I guess. But I don't know how to get this guy here. This is a very long distance. From here to here is more than 4 meters. I'm getting it here, but that's not correct, obviously. No, that's fine. I want to think of a solution. Yeah, the hydropower, how to get it there? I don't quite know yet. Still thinking about it. Well, I have no idea how that's done, in any case. Let me try something like this, maybe. Lock this. And then to lock it. Close. Actually, that was pretty close. It brings it up to here, so we're very, very close. We just need to go more to the right. But how would you do that? You do that by extending the signal? You enough points for something? Oh boy. Campaign? Are you gonna make me play a campaign? Maybe I should have... Maybe I should have made it more expensive or something. This is 45, right? There. Bridge. Pick a number from 1 to 8. 1 to 8, huh? 1 to 8. 7. I'm gonna regret it. Okay, I'll put it on the radar. NDVA. I will note that down. And you didn't put it in the you didn't put it in the channel point thing, so I need to note it down separately. It's fine. Do it anyway. Okay. I have it saved. Now let's try to do this. Okay, from here. Let's try this. How does this look? It's falling apart. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, sure. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Let me save again. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, there you go. Is this after phase 1 or something? It works. That's for sure. Okay, so let me go back to this solution. Wait. No, that's wrong. So this rotates it here, but needs to go further. How do I make it go further? How do I make it go further? Hydro goes further somehow. What if we move the hydraulic away? Yeah, it's a good game. You really should get it. Let me try moving the hydraulic here. Just trying to get into a position where it's easier to transmit later on. Okay, that's breaking, so gotta support this, I think. Yep. So I'll be able to use this instead of that one, potentially. I mean, you know, mods. I'm not really looking for mods at the moment. I don't think my chat's active enough to need mods. So I'm fine. I'm fine on that front. Don't worry about it. True, the extension can be pretty messy. Pull this guy up. That locks in place. This guy doesn't lock in place. How do I do this? Hum. How do I get it there? This is driving me insane. If I do this... Oh, oops. Just this. It's not flipping, but it's not far enough. How do I bring it further? That's my current problem. How do I bring it from here all the way there? What if I did this and had a point there? Oops, I meant to do this. Is that? Wait, that's not even correct. Oops. Wrong angle. There. 45 here. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. So that pulls that upwards to there maybe. Kind of. Something magic basically. Ooh. What's happening? Am I doing something wrong? This is not supposed to be there. That is supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be there. And that's not supposed to be there. There we go. Okay, this is not bringing it further. So that's not really working. Thought longer would be better, but I guess not. Is longer really not better? Yeah, longer isn't better at all. Get this to there. That would be convenient, yeah. 90 degree and 45 degree rotations are nice. The pivot under the hydraulic isn't supported vertically. I want this guy to end up there, I want this guy to end up there, but it's really far, so how do I do that? Having this... I had an idea previously, which was to have this guy end up at the bottom, so it rotates around, but how would I do that? Oh man. It's doing my head in. Oh, it is doing my head in. Is your mod? Oh, nice. I'm not installing mods yet. I'm probably gonna do it after, maybe. We'll see. Confusion is setting in. The height is correct, but the length is wrong. How does that work? Yes, I have heard that. It's a very nice stable bridge there, but the other side, how do I get it there? Oh man, how? What if I did this? Wider one, make it rotate more? Not really. It's the exact same thing. I think because of the angle. The angle is just causing it to rotate the same amount, so this doesn't really do anything. Apart from making it expensive. So... I want to rotate... 90-degree rotation. Mix it up. Oop. Mix it up here. So to make it go further, so currently this is ending up here. I want to bring it all the way to here. So this guy is here at the end. Oglin's New Year's video. I'm not sure what that is. Is that I assume he's a community member? I'm really bad at this. Unfortunately. So that's there. This ends up there. But currently it's... This is 45 degrees, this is 45 degrees. So... What if I pull... Instead of having this be supported here, I think this is fine, but I want to pull it further. It's a big deal? Okay. Sure, I will get excited. Alright, I'm pumped. Just let me know where it is. I'll keep that in mind. Let me put that in my notes. Okay, here. Alright, I want this guy to be pulled upwards so that it goes all the way there. Can I do something like this? No, that doesn't make sense. Pull that Currently I'm just moving it here, which is wrong. Of course it's wrong. Because of this, maybe? Ooh, that's some stress. Get rid of that. Yeah, we need to support that, unfortunately. That's not gonna help either. That in place. I feel like this might work, but it's a bit too far, maybe? See, this brings you over here, right? Which is correct. I want it to be this long. But I also wanted to pull this guy down in a way that allows you to pull this guy this way. So 45 degrees is here. Something, 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 pull this guy this way. No, I need this to be supported. No, not this one. That's supported there. It rotates, this guy gets... If I support this, it's gonna break, right? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm confused. My brain is hurting. Hold on. This pulls it there. Extension is lagging. I can't really do anything about that, unfortunately. Or maybe this goes at that. That pulls this here. That gets locked. Pulls this guy, pulls this guy pulls this guy down. Yeah, this? No, that doesn't make sense. Because that can't be... Yeah. Be like that. No? No, no, no. I don't know, I don't know. What am I doing? This guy going here is a good thing, but it's not correct. I can get this guy. See, it's in the right. It's here correctly, but I need it to be on top, not below. So how do I do that? I need it to be on top, not below. On top, not below. On top, not below. That help? Not really. Doesn't really make a difference. Pull. I think the issue is that I have no idea how to do a 90-degree, like a slide, I guess, like sliding it up here. I have no idea how to do that in the first place. You guys have really good solutions, but I'm struggling to even get it anywhere. Moving this up was easy, but this part is really tough. If I add another point here. be fine, right? Yeah, that's still okay. So I can use this guy, maybe. 45. It's causing this to break. This guy is really annoying. Can I make him stronger? Oh, not good. 62k solution. Jeez, you guys are crazy. This is breaking now. 25, one more. It's right here. No, the whole thing's breaking apart, so this isn't working. Oh, that's fine. One, lock. That's correct. What am I doing wrong? I'm so confused. Trying to use this guy, but it's not really working out. Alright, thanks for coming. Sorry about not being able to beat this level. It's tough. Rotating it upwards. I feel like I'm too dumb for this, unfortunately. The stream won't be on for much longer either, because I do need to go in about 10 to 15 minutes. So I might have to come back to this another day. Oh, this is tough. You don't leak a shot? Don't worry, don't have to. I feel like I'm missing something. Like I don't know something to allow for me to know how to get this to there. Maybe that's the wrong way to approach it. But I do think it's correct though. Getting this to here seems right to me. Hold on. Why am I doing it in this way? So this guy's gonna be here. This is gonna lift it up there. So I want this guy to move up this way. What if I have cables up here? You have to end up here. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh god. I'm going crazy. How do you even do this? I don't think I'll be seeing the solution today. You might have to resubmit it next time because I don't want to spoil myself. I do want to beat this level, but I'm getting really stuck at this point here. Once I solve this, it's pretty much done. Right? Once I get this guy here, I can duplicate it to the entire top side, and then the right side's gonna be a bit tricky, but there should be some way to do it. Shouldn't be too bad. Much easier than getting this guy up there. So I need to brain isn't working. I'm just gonna support this first. I feel like I'll need to in the end. Apparently not. Apparently that's causing problems. Or is it just because it's not locked? Yep, it's because it's not locked. What if this is a dumb solution, right? What if that's it's a really dumb solution? I noticed that this guy could go here, right? What if I made a ramp instead, here and here, instead of doing this thing? Yeah? Yeah, that's easier. Maybe making a ramp is easier. You should just do that. Make a ramp. Bit too high. How do I get it to be here though? Let me rotate this. So it's gonna end up about here. Okay. So something about this ending up here. It's going to end up there. So this guy's gonna pull this guy up there. What does this do? It rips it apart. This guy is really annoying. But it won't work. Yeah, I need to learn how to use hydraulics. That's the problem. I have no clue how to learn how to use hydraulics right now. My brain is breaking. So what does this bring me? Wait, what happened? Oh, whoops. I replaced that. I'm dumb. Yeah, maybe I should do that first. That makes it straight. Wait. No, that's still wrong. Oh, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. This guy needs to end up. Lift him up. He goes up there. Let's pull all the way there. Oh. Let's leave them there. Yeah, that's not ideal at all. Having this at this angle just doesn't work at all. Maybe what I can do instead is do something like this. Let's change it. No. I think having this, yeah, this is the problem. What if I do this? Oh, no, I can't do that. feel like no matter what I do, I end up with the same rotation. Issue the pivot, this guy. So what you're saying is, if I transmit it upwards like this, and then grab this like this, it will be different. Oops, that can't be grabbed there. Something like that, I guess, maybe. It needs to be supported in some way, though. If that gets... hold on, let me disconnect this for a moment. Yeah, that needs to be supported. Right? Right. Let me just support it here then. Oops. How do I extend it upwards again? My brain can't remember. Yeah, the pivot's the same distance, I know. That won't work, right? Oh, that does work, okay. So if we extend from here... okay, it breaks on itself. You can't have that though. But this is correct, right? Rotating this way is correct. But that is too stressful. Maybe let's bring it further. Oh, that needs to be 90 degrees. I think. Does it need to be 90 degrees? Maybe not. I can just mess around. No, 90 degrees is the only way it won't break. Let's try this. What's this do? It brings it over here. This doesn't make sense to me though. Oh, I feel like I'm too dumb for this. Yeah, it's gonna break everything, so it's not gonna work out. I am missing something. I'm missing something crucial. One more. Can't do that. Brings it there, but it's not correct. It's still wrong. This is the correct way to transmit a rotation upwards, as far as I understand it. But the issue is that it's not correct. I move it here to another angle here, and then support it here. That's fine, that's correct. But then how do I even get it to help? This isn't really gonna help. This is gonna help me if I move it upwards, all the way up, to do this one. My pivot is the same distance where the bridge starts and ends up. I know the pivot ends up here. It gets pulled all the way here. But even if it's here... oops. Even if it's here, how do I even use it in a way to move this guy there? You know? It's supposed to be here. supposed to end up this spot here. This guy here. I wanted to flip it upside down at first because if you look at this, this and this are the same length. So if I can get this guy to go all the way around, that would be fine. But I couldn't figure out a way for it to do that. For it to flip upside down like that. Yeah? So that's what I was having problems with. This doesn't work, I don't think. Get rid of that, block that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this as well. And that. Yeah, this just falls over. There's nothing holding it in place. Unless I do this. But that wouldn't solve any problems. That would just make it go there. Vertical. Which is not correct. Vertical is wrong. Unless I transmit this over here. 45 degrees. Somehow. And remove these. That's not gonna work. Doesn't make sense. Okay, I think I've spent enough time on this level for now. I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to go learn how hydraulics even work if I want to continue. Because clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. I only know the basic 90-degree rotation, which is fine, but I don't know how to get it there at all. It just doesn't make sense to me in any way. So before I continue, I need to figure that out. Yeah, I probably need to watch some tutorials. The issue is I have work tomorrow, so I barely have any time in between streaming and working. It's gonna take some time, but I will try to figure out something, if possible. Thank you for your suggestions, but unfortunately I don't think I can look at them for now. If you can save them, please do. I would love to look at them, but I don't want to swallow myself. So with that, I will be ending the stream for today. Thank you to the raid from 3190. Thank you to subscription. But I can save them? I mean, I can save them, but I would need to look at them, right? Maybe I can cover up the screen or something. Hold on, let me find a piece of paper. I'm gonna cover up the screen and save them, I guess. Yeah, this is big enough. Okay. I have a large piece of paper covering the center of my screen, so I'm gonna load these and then save them. Okay, where's the load button? Here. And then I'm gonna save this one. Where's the save button? I'm trying not to swallow myself. I can hear noises from the top. Resume. Save. Right? I think I'm in save. I'm in load. God dang it. I'm covering my screen, I can't see anything. Save this as Soul. S-O-U-L. Is that correct? Yes. Isn't this... Wait, no, that's Masons, right? Hold on. Sorry. Yes. Wait, no. Save. Delete. No, not delete. Edited. Mason. Sorry. Mason. And then I'll load up souls. Load. And save as soul. Okay, so back to this one so I can do an outro. Alright. thank you all for coming along, and thank you to Search for subscribing, and 3190 for the raid, and everyone else for coming along and chatting. I will take a look at Mason's campaign. I probably need to adjust the cost on that one because got it too quickly. Well, thank you. And hopefully I'll be able to solve this tomorrow. I will try to take a look at Uglin's tutorials, see if I can learn something about moving this 90 degrees and do some experiments on my own, but I don't have much time to do that. Hopefully I can find time to do that tomorrow. We'll see. And with that, I will be ending the stream. Thank you, and I will see everyone tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.